everyone, and welcome to The Reading Alchemist, and welcome to another video. So, this video is going to be a little bit different in terms of my videos that I've done, and I'm starting something new here on my channel. I got the idea to do a sort of like weekly reading summary / review, as that's kind of what I want my videos to sort of be like, because it's very hard for me to daily vlog. It's very hard for me to weekly vlog. I can do month long, that's totally fine. But it's very hard for me to do daily and weekly vlogs. So here's what I'm doing. Because on Saturday and Sunday I can get most of B-roll footage and stuff, because I usually have more stuff going on. During the week I can't. But during the week I can do sort of quick little review segments if I finished a book. And that's sort of what I want these videos to do. So I got this idea from Amy from A-Star Read. She does a Sunday sum up sort of video where she talks about books that she's finished that week and the progress in the books she's currently reading, and also gives general life updates and stuff. And that's kind of what I want to do. I think that's a really cool concept. So let's see, general life updates first. Not much going on actually at work this week. It's actually my 1 year on Tuesday, so that's really exciting. We have a company fair coming up this next weekend, but I'm probably not going to go. I went to it in October of last year, which is really nice, but this year with it being in June, and the person who I was wanting to take, he's actually now, the person I wanted to take actually now has to work, so it doesn't really work out that well. And I kind of have something else that's happening in the morning before anyways, and that's kind of taking top priority. That's also going to count because I'm taking part in whatever-a-thon. I'll link the announcement video for whatever-a-thon anyways, when the prompts for that readathon is to complete a personal goal. So actually my personal goal will be completed next weekend, and you will all get to see my personal goal. I'm really excited for it. I have been waiting for this personal goal for a while, and I'm finally completing it next weekend. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I wish I had more updates and stuff to show you, but that's kind of it. Let's talk in the book I'm currently reading. I am currently reading a book. Second book I pulled, what prompt I got was recently hauled. And for that I chose to read Gallant by V.E. Schwab. So I did recently haul this. As you guys didn't see, I hauled it back in May as I went shopping the weekend before Book-Athon, where I bought a couple of outside stuff, and I did buy 2 books, and one of them was Gallant by V.E. Schwab. So this book counted for recently hauled, because I did recently haul this. And as you can tell from the sticky note, which is here, I am over halfway done with this book. And I'm on page 222 out of 300 something, so I have just a little, my thing says I have 112 pages left. Guys, I am really liking this book. So kind of for V.E. Schwab, her books mainly I've only read one V.E. Schwab book that so far gotten 5 stars from me, which was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have, of course, read Vicious and A Darker Shade of Magic, and I read the first book in the Cassidy Blake, her middle grade series. I have read the first book of that. This, number one, it's a standalone, so it's a lot like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue in terms of that. I'm finding a lot of things similar to with that book that I like. One of the main things is there's a character in here that's really like Luca, and it being sort of dark and mysterious and all death-like. It's also in mixed media, so there are a whole bunch of these drawings, which they sort of remind me of ink blots and psychology And then there are pages like this. So really cool. I do like mixed media books in terms of when they do that. And like add in pictures and stuff like that. So it's making this be a really quick read. I actually started this book this week on Friday, and it's Sunday, and we probably are going to finish it today, which would be really, really nice. Which would be 2 books for whatever-a-thon, and I pledged 6, so I'd be a third of the way through my goal already. So that'd be really, really great if I could. I'm really enjoying this book so far. I don't know if it's going to get 5 stars for me. As of this moment, it's definitely sitting at a 4-star. It's the way Jade from J.D. Rare Reads described this book as hauntingly beautiful, and I kind of definitely agree. It is very hauntingly. It's not like a scary book. It's definitely more of a spooky vibes type of book. It's a portal fantasy, and I really like portal fantasy books. But it's a different portal fantasy. It's sort of like the portal fantasy as I would probably describe the show Stranger Things. The portal fantasy element is similar to that if you like that show. I definitely think if you like Stranger Things, you would probably like Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Not the same topic, but in terms of like the eeriness, they're very similar. I kind of don't know what's going to happen in this book. The intrigue is very high as of this moment. I have a theory. I'm not entirely certain if it's going to play out that way, but I do have a theory. And I definitely can't wait to see what this book goes, what the actual rating for it is. So there's the book I am currently reading. So I do have one actual review for this week. I did actually finish a book for this week, my first book for whatever-a-thon. So I'm going to insert that clip for you right now. So it is currently Friday, June 3rd, and last night and yesterday, June 2nd, I finished my first book for whatever-a-thon. So the first book that I read for the month of June was Given Volume 1 by Nasuki Kitsu. This is a manga, graphic novel volume, and we follow these 4 bandmates. I am definitely going to butcher their names if I tell them to you, so I'm not going to mention their names. But essentially, we follow 4 bandmates, 3 at the time of the first one. They end up getting a 4th member. Definitely a coming-of-age story. Definitely a contemporary. So far in the first volume, this manga series is marketed towards being LGBTQ+. This book has some tendencies, but not actually full-blown LGBTQ+ moments. But for whatever-a-thon, I did count it towards LGBTQ+, because that is what the book series is classified as being LGBTQ+. I really enjoyed this book. I was kind of half expecting this book to get 5 stars for me, but it didn't. It's really, really hard for me for a graphic novel and manga, definitely manga, to reach 5 stars for me. But I did actually rate this book 4.5 out of 5 stars, because I give half-star ratings, but not like quarter-length star ratings. So this book did get 4.5 out of 5 stars. So this book, I gave it a 10 out of 10 for characters, LGBTQ+. I think there's 2. I think in this manga series, I believe there's like 2 LGBTQ+ romances between... Well, one's between 2 bandmates and the other's between 2 others. So that's why I rated 10 for characters. And, of course, as I got towards the end of the book, I really did start falling for these characters, so 10 out of 10 for characters. I gave it an 8 out of 10 for atmosphere. It is set in a school, but I didn't count it for academic setting because it's not about academics. So 8 out of 10 for atmosphere. I really, really enjoy it. They didn't talk a lot about music, but because it was about music in general, and I like music, it got an 8 out of 10 for atmosphere for me. Writing, I gave it a 9. There's some really good quotes in this book. Some really deep and hard-hitting quotes and stuff. So definitely 9 out of 10. I didn't love the writing style, but 9 out of 10 in terms of quotes. Let's see, plot, I gave an 8. It is a manga, so it's very, fast-paced plot. But the plot, I'm more of a character-driven story as far as a plot-driven story. And this one was definitely more character-driven instead of plot-driven. But still, I was intrigued to continue reading it when I was reading it. So 8 out of 10 for plot, 9 for intrigue. I don't know when the bandmates actually start getting together. That's where my intrigue comes in and is really high. I do definitely want to continue with this manga series. And I think it has been adapted into a TV show soon. So maybe I'm definitely going to start reading that manga series. But as of this moment, not manga series, but as of this moment, I definitely want to read it. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing so. So my intrigue is high. Logic, fairly straightforward in terms of logic sense. Nothing really stood out to me as not being illogical. I could have given it a 9, but I figured 8 would be pretty good. And then a 9 out of 10 for enjoyment. Giving it an 8.71 out of 10, which on the CallPile scale, since 4.9 is right on the edge of 5 stars, and 9 is 5, it definitely got a over half, so it definitely got an 4.5 out of 5 star rating. Overall, very happy with my first read for Whatever-a-thon. As far as the prompts this book covered, it is LGBTQ+, that is what I counted it for. I was able to count it for 3 prompts for the readathon, which is nice, giving me a total of 225 points. I counted it for under 300 pages, it's 202. I also counted it for different format, because I usually don't read manga, and manga is a format of books and one-word title. I'm not going to count the volume part, but I'm just going to count the given as the title, because mangas are published in volumes, so it's not technically a part of the title. No bingos yet, but 3 prompts, that's pretty good. And I've completed 1 book for Whatever-a-thon. My first book for Whatever-a-thon. And I'm really excited to see what the rest of this month for June brings. Alright, everyone. So those are the book that I finished this week and the book that I am currently reading, which is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Hopefully you'll see the review for this in next week's Circle Up. I hope you'll see it then. And you may see a review for another book and find out what my 3rd book for Whatever-a-thon is going to be. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content and more book reviews from me. Comment down below what you guys are reading this week for Whatever-a-thon. If you guys are participating in that readathon, probably most of you guys are. Emoji for the day. Let's do a house emoji for the houses that are featured on the cover of Gallant. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and remember, we are the one within the all.